Hello, snakes! My name is Dante, and yep, it's Podcast Tuesday once again. Yep, and I'm back from my holidays in Egypt. Yeah, it was fun, but what? Well, well, yeah, I'm back from my holidays in Egypt. Yeah, it was cool, but the internet connection wasn't really good, so that's why I had to premiere my my podcast, my last podcast. Oh, hi Liz. How are you? Yeah. And well, yeah. It was fun. Yeah, the thing is that as far as I've seen, my premiere videos and premiere podcasts weren't going very good. So, unfortunately, my premiere podcast, well, my not, yeah, I had a good time in Egypt. My not live podcasts, the podcasts I do when I'm on holiday, will be just normal podcasts instead of premiere podcasts, not live, not premiere, and 20 plus boosters unboxings. Which, what I mean by that is when I'm opening more than 20 boosters in an unboxing video, it would once again just be a regular unboxing video, not a premiere. And if you're wondering why did I podcast 25 minutes late? Well, it's because of daylight saving. Daylight saving just changed my schedule completely. Therefore, my my podcast timings have been changed because of daylight saving. But don't worry. On holidays, unless I when I'm off on Tuesdays, unless I'm on holidays. Wait, yes. If I'm on holidays, then podcasts will be live or scheduled at still same time 4 p.m. GMT, but live podcasts will be slightly later on normal Tuesdays. But don't worry, let's head straight on into the podcast. By the way, in case if you're wondering what is FTV or From the Vault 20, well, From the Vault was a thing which got removed in 2018. Yeah, which had some cards like 20 cards was for From the Vaults 20 and 15 cards was from the other From the Vaults, I think was. From the Vaults 20 was made for its 20 for Magic the Gathering's 20th anniversary. Yes, like when it was the 25th anniversary last year, I thought they'd make a From the Vaults 25, but no, they replaced it with a new thing called Spellbooks. Jace's Spellbook came first, now Gideon's Spellbook. The last From the Vaults was in 2017, which was the Transform From the Vaults, which was everything cards that transform. No flip cards, just transforming cards. Hey, but let's flashback 6 years ago and head straight onto the podcast. All the front vault cards from worst to best. Yeah. Stay tuned to find out what the best one is. Let's go to number 20. The worst card in this podcast is Char. Well, Char is a red version of Psionic Blast. Well, both of them, Char is 2 in a red instant, deals 4 damage to any target and 2 damage to you. Psionic, it's really bad because for 3 mana, you're paying 3 mana to deal 4 damage. And it's also going to hit you with recoil for 2 damage. You'd probably better off go with a Flame Javelin or a Slaying Fire, which, for 3 red, it can deal 4 damage with no drawback. Well, the only drawback on Slaying Fire is that, well, yeah, it's 2 in a red, but for 3 damage, but if you paid 3 red, then it's 4 damage. Flame Javelin, it's 2 aura red, 2 aura red, 2 aura red, instant deals 4 damage to any target. So, it's not a drawback, actually an advantage. So, you can replace a red with 2 colorless, or 2 generic. Yeah. Well, yeah. Psionic Blast is, you know Time Shift, which was something introduced in Time Spiral, which was also in or mainly Time Spiral block. Well, the Time Shift is anything which was reprinted in Time Spiral, or also known as color shifted or plane shifted. Functionally reprint a card into a different color, or in Future Sight a new mechanic. Well, for example, Psionic Blast was a time shift in Time Spiral, because Psionic Blast was originally just an uncommon in Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited. But then it got reprinted in Time Spiral as a special rarity card in Time Spiral Time Shifted. Well, the thing is with Time Spiral Time Shifted, well, it's that Time Shifted cards in Time Spiral look old, but the normal Time Spiral cards have the normal modern border. Let's go to our card 19, and it is hey, that's a cool snake. Or is it a ninja, pirate, dinosaur? What is it? Well, answer is everything at once. Yeah, that's true. Chameleon Colossus will be our number 19. 4 mana, 4/4 shapeshifter with changing, protection from lack, and 4 mana gets +X until end of turn, where X is its power. So you'd go like, hey, that's practically doubling its power, but doubling its power and toughness, but not exactly, because it doesn't double its toughness. It just adds its power onto its toughness. Normally, it's a 4/4, so generally it would be doubling its toughness, but not always. Because what if you do like something like Infuriate onto Chameleon Colossus? It's a 7/6. Activate its ability, it gets +7/+7, not +7/+6. But yeah. It's cool. And yeah, it's played in Elves decks, and it's barely better than Char. But, well, yeah, at least Chameleon Colossus is played. Char isn't. Let's get to our card 18. And it is... we got Chainer's Edict. Well, Chainer's Edict is a card just like Diabolic Edict and Cruel Edict. And were known as Edicts. So yeah, Chainer's Edict is 2 mana sorcery, target player sacrifices a creature, flashback for 7 mana. Well, there's a slightly worse version, which is a Diabolic Edict. Same thing, no flashback, instant speed. Cruel Edict, it's the much worse version of Chainer's Edict and Diabolic Edict alike. 2 mana, sorcery, target opponent sacrifices a creature. The thing is, I wouldn't say it's strictly worse, because what if they throw a redirect? Well, they can't redirect it to you. They'll have to redirect or misdirection it to another opponent, but not to you. That's the difference with the Cruel Edict. Well, Liliana's Triumph would be a much better version, because 2 mana instant, each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control a Liliana Planeswalker, each opponent also discards a card. But thing is, Chainer's Edict and Diabolic Edict also allow you to sacrifice a creature. But why? Why would you want to do that? There's better ways of sacrificing your own creatures. Yeah. I initially wanted this to get reprinted in Modern Horizons. Other people wanted Diabolic Edict to get reprinted in Modern Horizons. But then WarSpark came out, and they reprinted Liliana's... they printed Liliana's Triumph. But then Wizards, a bit too late, they said, fine, we're reprinting Diabolic Edict in Modern Horizons. And then they go like, yes! And then they realize, wait, Liliana's Triumph is in WarSpark. Why do we care? Well, I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. Let's go to card 17. And it is. The better form of anticipation is impulse. Yeah, well, anticipate is the name of the card that's worse than impulse, because, well, yeah, impulse, 2 mana instant. Look at top 4 cards of your library, put 1 into hand and the rest onto the bottom in any order. In the past it said, then shuffle your library. Not anymore! That got errated. So if you own an old copy of Impulse, just remember that Impulse does not shuffle your library. Yeah. Because you've seen from the Vault's 20th anniversary version of Impulse right now in this podcast. Now you realize it doesn't shuffle your library. Well, Impulse is a better version of Anticipate and Strategic Planning, because Anticipate does the same but only with 3 cards. Strategic Planning is a worse version of Anticipate, therefore it's a worse version of Impulse, since it puts the cards to the graveyard instead of the bottom of your library. Yeah, Impulse is much better. It's played in Commander. And the reason why it's not played in Modern, it's because it's not Modern legal. Impulse would have made a good reprint in Modern Horizons. But we don't know. At least Modern has telling time. But let's get to card 16. Have you ever had that feeling of getting one shot by Zakama with commander damage in Commander? Well, that happened to me lots of times at Commander League. But hey, source of that? Kasich Wolfrun. Good card in Commander because it's a land that taps for 1 curse mana. X red-green tapped. Target creature gets +X/+0 and gains trample on turn of turn. So it can give a creature trample and much stronger. So it can do those one-shots in Commander. And yeah, it's a really good card. Especially with Zakama, which if you somehow give it haste, then it's good because you can just randomly bounce it and replay it, untapping all your lands and floating a lot of mana, and use that floating mana to give it the boost and one-shot someone. Yeah, but there are better ways of one-shotting a player in Commander. Like, for example, Hauntify Tower. One-shotting someone with Hauntify Tower with commander damage, and you gain a lot of life. Or one-shotting with Mimeoplasm, copying Inkwell Leviathan and having the counters of Impervious Great Worm. Yeah, that's also a thing. Well, the thing is the source of all of those one-shots, Zakama, Trample, Hauntify Tower, Flying, and Mimeoplasm, it's Island Walk. So, yeah, it's an interesting combo. Let's get to card 15. We got Hymn to Turak. Hymn to Turak is 2 black sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards at random. Hymn to Turak is really powerful. I wanted that in Modern Horizons. Many people also wanted that in Modern Horizons, so they just had to fake the spoiler of Hymn to Turak, but any fake spoilers will not get reprinted. But yeah, that was just some months ago, before Modern Horizons was out, but hey, Hymn to Turak's a good card. 2 black sorcery, target player discards 2 cards at random. It's good with Waste Not because your opponent does not have the choice of what cards to discard. It's better than Wrenchmind because Wrenchmind lets the player choose what cards to discard, and if they discard an artifact, they only have to discard 1 card, not 2. But hey, it's a good combo with Waste Not because the thing is that Waste Not says like when opponent discards a creature, create a 2/2 zombie. When they discard land, add 2 black. When they discard non-creature non-land, draw a card. Well, the thing is, Waste Not is good because yeah, with Hymn to Turak because normally players will discard lands outside your turn because they know their mana is pointless, or they discard non-creature non-land on your turn because you draw cards and they don't want you to create zombies. But if you use him to 2-rock, you're just seeing how lucky are you with your opponent's cards. So they discard 2, and then they go like, okay, we get zombies, or we make mana, or draw cards, and then they flip, oh, creature, land. I get a 2/2 zombie. I get 2 black. What do I do with the 2 black? Place down Mindcrank. Or they discard creature and a non-creature non-land. You create 2/2 zombie and draw a card. Excellent. Or they discard 2 lands. Unless you find a use for that mana. Unlucky? I don't know. But if you can do something 4 mana, oh, Raider's Wake. Or Sangermancer, or anything that costs 4 mana. Like, for example, Dusk Mantle. No, wait, not Dusk Mantle's here. I mean the 4 mana 2/3 flyer, which mills onto land. What's it called again? I don't know. I don't remember, but hey. Let's get to card 14. Simply 14. We got Cruel Ultimatum. Or Ultimatum. Well, I think it's Cruel Ultimatum. Cruel Ultimatum is 2 blue, 3 black, 2 red. It was part of an ultimatum cycle, but the best one was Cruel Ultimatum. So that's the one that got many reprints. Cruel Ultimatum is a sorcery that says target opponent sacrifices a creature, discard. Hola, Luciana Poisot, ¿cómo estás? Well, Cruel Ultimatum is, sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, and loses 5 life. You return a creature from your graveyard to hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. So there's always a greater power. What makes you think that? I don't know. Like I don't know if it's actually true that there's always a greater power, but well, yeah. So ultimatum cycle, well, not ultimatum cycle, just Cruel Ultimatum is like they sacrifice creature, discard 3 cards, and lose 5 life. You do the opposite, practically. That's simplified version. Let's get to card 13. We got Fyndhorn Elves. Well, Fyndhorn Elves was the first functional reprint of Llanowar Elves because, well, yeah, Llanowar Elves was originally printed in Alpha and was in Standard until Standard rotations. Yeah. Like, Llanowar Elves, yeah, well, Fyndhorn Elves is in this number 13. It's really good because it's practically Llanowar Elves. And Elvish Mystic. Well, Fyndhorn Elves, it's 1 green, 1/1 Elf Druid with tap, add green to your mana pool. Elvish Mystic, same thing. Llanowar Elves, also same thing. Well, before Standard rotations, they go like Standard, Llanowar Elves, Modern, Elvish Mystic, Legacy, Fyndhorn Elves. So, yeah, that's true. Because, well, in Standard you can have 4 Llanowar Elves, Modern, practically 8, Legacy, practically 12, Commander practically free. Because Commander is a singleton format. In Brawl, it used to be one, but, oh yeah, you know, first, Brawl got removed in 2018 rotations, and then Llanowar Elves rotated in 2019 rotations, and Brawl is back. Yeah, it is back, in case if you didn't know that. But it's different, because Brawl now has Arcane Signet in Command Tower, because Brawlers are no longer called Brawlers, they're now called Commanders. For some reason, I don't know why, but hey, let's get to card 12. We got a Chroma's Vengeance. A Chroma's Vengeance, it's a board wipe. Somehow, well, I'm not sure if it got reprinted in from the Vault's Annihilation, but hey, this would have been a good card in from the Vault's Annihilation. Well, it's not in from the Vault's Annihilation. It's, in fact, just from the Vault's 20. Because from the Vault's Annihilation is a from the Vaults, but with board wipes. Yeah, it's a board wipes from the Vaults. But yeah, a Chroma's Vengeance, 6 mana sorcery, destroy all artifact creatures and enchantments. Kinda like Nevi Disc, but and Magus of the Disc, because destroys all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments, and cycling for free mana. So, in a desperate situation, and you get it late in the game, cast a Chroma's Vengeance. So you destroy literally everything on the board. Yeah, it's good in Commander. Or get it early in the game, cycle it for free mana. It's kind of expensive, man. It's kind of expensive cycling cost, but hey. Yeah, well, it's kind of expensive empty cycling costs, because there are much more expensive cycling costs which have functions. Like, for example, cycling Deem Worthy deals 2 damage to a creature and costs 4 mana to cycle. Yeah, let's get to card 11. Well, it's Wall of Blossoms, our number 11. In case if you noticed, October's over, Halloween's over, so I had to change my channel logo back to normal, and back to the normal intro as well. Yeah. But hey, soon it's going to be Christmas, and I'll be making a new intro for Christmas, bringing back the old Christmas intro music and bringing back the Christmas logo as well. Yeah, and so yeah, Wall of Blossoms is our number 11. So it's 2 mana, draw 4 creature, plant wall, defender. When it enter the battlefield, draw a card. Well, Wall of Omens is a white time shift of Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, so Wall of Blossoms is good because sometimes you need a big blocker, which gives you a card. Like, for example, if you have like it's really good because of the ETB 2 mana 0/4. It's on average, but it has defender, but it draws you a card. You might have a synergy with defender creatures, but hey, it's a good card. And yeah, I was talking about time shifts earlier. Well, yeah, Char is a time shift of Psionic Blast. Psionic Blast was a time shift in Time Scroll Time Shifted. Well, time shift is time shift is when you functionally reprint a card into a different color. Because functional reprint is when you print a new card with the same abilities as an old card. Usually they are same color. Usually they're same color, but sometimes they are different color. They don't have to have same creature type, because sometimes there are functional reprints which say save for creature type. But those are functional reprints, entirely functional reprints. That is just a time shift functional reprint and removes the creature type plant. Yeah. No. Let's get to card 10. We got Inkai's Servant of Oni. That's a ninja, which is cool. Well, 6 mana, 5/4. Do you ever pay 6 mana for the spell? Well, ninjutsu for 5 mana, which is to return an unblocked attacker you control to your hand and pay the ninjutsu cost to put it onto battlefield from your hand tapped and attacking. The thing is, when the good thing about it is when it deals combat damage to a player, you can steal a creature from their graveyard and put it onto battlefield. Yeah, and for 2 mana, you can regenerate Inkais, which is good because ninjas usually just dodge attacks. They rarely die. Anyway, how did the ninja before Fallen Shinobi get infected? I don't know, do ninjas really sleep? I think they do, but if they do, they must be in the best hiding spot. I don't think they smell anything. Well, they don't smell. I think they don't smell like anything. Like if they're perfectly hidden, then a zombie can't smell them. But I don't know. How did Fallen Shinobi happen? I don't know. Yeah. Well. Yeah, but we're talking about Inkais here, not Fallen Shinobi, but yeah. Inkais is probably one of the best ninjas in the game. If not the best ninja. But yeah. There's only a few ninjas, excluding changelings, because they recently made more ninjas in Modern Horizons, but yeah, it's still not enough. Let's get to card 9. Simply 9. We got Tangle Wire. How annoying is Tangle Wire in Commander? Don't you think? Oh yeah, it's true. Tangle Wire is a 3-mana artifact with Fading 4. This artifact enters the battlefield with 4 fade counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a fade counter from it. If you can't, sacrifice it. Well, fading is like vanishing, but better, because fading gives you an edged turn, because the thing is that vanishing was something introduced in Time Spiral as a more balanced, well, not really more balanced, like a worse version of fading, because vanishing says, well, yeah, in terms of time counters, not fade counters, but we have your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When you remove the last one, sacrifice it. Not if you can't. It's when you remove the last. Yeah. That's why Calciderm is a time-shifted version of Blastoderm, and instead of having Fading 3, it has Vanishing 4. But Vanishing 4 and Fading 3 are 2 different things. What if there's a doubling season? Well, Calciderm would last more than Blastoderm, but in most cases they last the same amount. How? Because fading N and vanishing N plus 1 are not the same. Does anyone understand that? Well, because it's true. With stuff like doubling season and primal vigor, where you double counters, it's different. Yeah. Well, Tangle Wire, let's get to the card. 3-mana artifact, Fading 4. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player taps an untapped creature or land he or she controls for each fade counter on Tangle Wire. That's really good when you play stuff like Winter Orb or Static Orb, because you know what happens. And you first annoy your opponents, and second of all, you get to benefit out of the orbs, and the opponents don't. And the opponents get worse. Like, for example, we have like Winter Orb or Static Orb or Winter Orb or Static Orb and Mesmeric Orb, plus 2 useless artifacts. Like, for example, Ichor Wellspring or Servo Schematic, which or Mycosynth Wellspring. Was it called like that? I think it was called like that. Well, when they only have ETBs and die triggers and nothing in between, they do nothing when they're on the battlefield, only when they enter and only when they die. So just tap those. And with Tangle Wire, tap orbs tap orbs or stuff that only function when they're untapped. So only your opponents get the downside. You don't get the downside. So yeah, let's get to card 8, the Golden 8. Yeah, should have said simply 9, simply 14, but hey, next time I'm going to say simply 7, don't worry. We got Fencer, Shaper Savant. Well, yeah, there's also a Golden 3 in every podcast as well. There's Simply 14, Simply 9, Golden 8, Simply 7, and Golden 3. So yeah. Fencer, Shaper Savant, it's 4 mana, 2/2, legendary creature, human wizard. Hey! Well, yeah, he became a planeswalker as well. Yeah. Fencer the Sojourner. I think he died as well. Flash, but yeah, when he enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Well, the thing is that in Feroz Beyond Death, they're making a new Elspeth and a new Gideon. Yeah, the thing is that Elspeth and Gideon were brought from the dead. And Ashiok will probably return. Because Ashiok is from Feroz, I think. I don't know, but I think Ashiok's from Feroz, but yeah. Flash, when enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. It's really good. If you do those infinite combos to bounce everything, well, yeah, that's a good choice. You know, you'd go like stuff like when you have infinite mana, or you have omniscience, or something. You have Yarok or Panharmonicon in the battlefield. Then just cast Venser infinite times. So bounce himself and bounces all your opponents' permanents. So he stays in your hand forever. Venser, Saber, Savant. And also does infinite ETBs for all your other creatures as well, which is good. And you don't let your opponents cast anything. So you go like, okay, when they play land. Tap, play something. Okay, Venser, bounce that spell back to your hand. Bounce Venser. End of turn, bounce your land. Pass. You pass, and then like, how do you deal with him? And like, yeah, and then they go like, all right then. And the thing is that it's really good. So, yeah. It's a really good combo and a really good card because it bounces anything you need. Yeah, let's get to card 7, simply 7. We got Gilded Lotus. Yeah, it rotated out of standard recently, but yeah, it's always a good card in Commander. Because it's a 5 mana artifact, tap, add 3 mana of any one card to mana pool. So, you're practically paying 5 mana for a reiterating Black Lotus. Is it worth it? It's worth it. Definitely worth it. Because Black Lotus is banned in everything. Yeah. Practically, because, well, yeah, it's restricted in Vintage, not banned in Vintage, so yeah. Nothing is banned in Vintage. Well, except for Auntie cards. Those are the only cards banned in Vintage. Yeah. But yeah, Gilded Lotus is a good card. Let's get to number 6. I'd say Fran Dynamo is better than Gilded Lotus? Well, Fran Dynamo, you just pay 1 less mana to remove the color and just make it colorless. Does it matter? I don't know, but hey, you might disagree. You might reorder Fran Dynamo. Or we might reorder Fran Dynamo and Gilded Lotus to wherever you want. You can say Fran Dynamo is worse than Gilded Lotus if you believe that paying 1 mana extra to add color to the mana is important. Or you can say Fran Dynamo is better if you don't really care and you prefer to subtract 1 mana from Gilded Lotus to remove the color. I don't know, but I believe Fran Dynamo is better because it's cheaper in mana. Well, you can disagree if you want, but that's my opinion. And, like, for example, Sol Ring versus Mana Crypt. I realized Mana Crypt is better because it's 0 mana. It's for free. You're paying 1 mana less just to deal 1.5 damage to you each turn. And yeah, it's good. But I still disagree with Mana Vault being better than Sol Ring. I still believe Sol Ring's better than Mana Vault. Yeah, let's get to card number 5. But what do you think? Is this number 6 or number 7? And is this number 7 or number 6? Just type in the live chat, top chat, stream chat, or in the comments your opinion. Oh, and remember to like and subscribe and follow if you haven't already. Yeah. And not just that, but if you do that, you can earn a Pearlies code or a Magic Fest code. Yeah. If you do it. I don't have Brawl codes, unfortunately, because I didn't go to Brawl Weekend since I was in Egypt. Let's go to number 5. We got Factor Fiction. Factor Fiction is a really good way of card advantage. It's played in a few modern Storm decks because it got reprinted in Modern Horizons. But it's mainly a card in Commander where you get lots of cards. Like 4 mana instant, reveal top 5 cards of your library. Opponent separates those into 2 piles. Put 1 to hand, over into graveyard. Either you take 3 bad cards or 2 good cards. You'd mainly take 2 good cards, but sometimes you'd take 3 bad cards instead. I don't know. But hey, it's a really good card and it's an instant as well, which makes this even better. Let's get to card number 4. Green Sun Zenith is our number 4. Of course they didn't put the full cycle in the from the vault. Of course, it would be. Hola, Idorka, ¿cómo estás? Well, if they did that, it would have been from Vault 24, not 20. That would have been good for its 24th anniversary, not the 20th. if they would have reprinted all the Zeniths. Yeah, they didn't make a front vault 25 because 25 cards is a lot in a front vault, and front vaults is no longer a thing. Just guess, yes. Well, yeah, not just that, but Green Sun Zenith is a really good card. It was too good it got banned in Modern. So it's good in Commander and Legacy alike. Green Sun Zenith, Eds and Green, Sorcery. Search your library for a green creature with CMC Eds or less. Put it onto battlefield, then shuffle your library. Shuffle Green Sun Zenith back into the library. So Finale of Devastation. It's you just paying 1 Eds to green just to search for. Yeah, Finale of Devastation is similar because Eds 2 green, sorcery, search your library and or graveyard for a creature with CMC Eds or less and put into a battlefield. Then shuffle your library. If Eds is 10 or more, then creatures you control get plus Eds and gain haste on turn of turn. So yeah, it's really powerful. And yeah, well, the finales were a similar cycle to the Zeniths. The finales were making a reference to the hours back in Hour of Devastation. Have you noticed that? Because Finale of Devastation, Finale of Glory, Finale of Eternity, Finale of Revelation, Finale of Promise. That's Hour of Promise, Hour of Devastation, Hour of Revelation, Hour of Glory, and Hour of Eternity. Didn't you notice that? Because if you didn't, now you did! There we go. Let's get to card number 3, the golden 3, and it is. Yeah, remember to do that if you haven't already. But yeah, it's Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares, the better version of Path to Exile, and probably the best, the most wanted card in Modern Horizons. But it didn't happen. Why? Because they faked the spoiler. Why don't they realize if they fake spoilers, then that means that won't get printed in Modern Horizons. If they don't fake the spoiler, then Wizards will go like, hey, we might add that to the set. But if they fake the spoiler, they go like, wait, someone's trying to fake our spoilers. There's no way we're reprinting that card. Got it? Oh yeah. Swords of Plowshares, it's a 1 white instant. Its outside creature's control gains life equal to its power. Yeah. It's really good. Because it doesn't give the opponent land. It just replaces it with life, which is much, much more irrelevant because fetching for land is better than gaining life. Of course. Unless if you run no basics. Now that's different. It's good in Legacy, Commander. Would have been good in Modern if it weren't. If it was in Modern. Oh yeah. Hola, Kate. ¿Cómo estás? Oh yeah. Let's get to card number 2. We got Dark Ritual. Yeah, it's really good. Not the best, but hey, it's really good. It's 1 mana, instant, add 3 mana. It's really good. Would have been a good reprint in Modern Horizons, but it didn't get reprinted in Modern Horizons because Rite of Flame is banned in Modern. And Rite of Flame is probably the most similar card to Dark Ritual, because Rite of Flame allows turn 1 wins in Modern. And turn 1 wins in Modern can't happen without Simian Spirit Guide, and it's hard to win on turn 1 relying on just Simian Spirit Guides. But hey, I don't know. Dark Ritual is really good. It's because it's it's really good because it gives you a lot of mana. They're for a cheap cost. Well, 1 mana, add 3. There's a similar card which is 1 mana, sacrifice a creature to add 4, but it's worse because you're forced to sacrifice a creature. There is another card which can add more mana than Dark Ritual, which adds a mana for each of your creatures in your graveyard. Yeah, but in general, Dark Ritual is probably the best ritual in most cases scenario. But that's not the best card in this podcast. The best card in this podcast, it's drum roll.
Render for
Jace the Mind Sculptor. You didn't expect that one to come. Like, you got like, Furnivalt's 20 has, as far as I've seen, had really bad cards and really good cards, but you probably didn't expect Jace the Mind Sculptor in this Furnivalt's. Yeah, probably the cheapest way to get a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Except the fact that you can pick up a Jace the Mind Sculptor just for let's see. Like, well, yeah, $100. I was just wanting to check the price in pounds, but I don't know. Probably better if I said that in dollars. Because many people outside of the UK and the EU talk about card prices in dollars, not in their local currency. The thing is, in the UK, they talk about prices in pounds, of course. And in the EU, most places they talk in euro. Others they talk in dollars. Those players who don't have a local game store in their country, they'd talk about the prices in tits because, of course, they play Magic the Gathering online and Magic the Gathering Arena, so it'll be worth in tits. But yeah, tits. Well, yeah, tits and dollars are practically the same, but a card isn't like a card that's worth 1 tits online. It isn't worth $1 in paper. It's usually it's worth more because online cards are usually cheaper, with the exception of Inferno Titan. But yeah, let's get to Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor, the best Planeswalker in Magic the Gathering, and yeah, 4 mana. Legendary Planeswalker Jace, free loyalty, +2. Fate Seal or Scry 1. 0 mana. No, not 0 mana. 0 loyalty. Hello. Thanks for subscribing, Arnolfo. That's cool. And yeah. So zero loyalty, brainstorm, -1 unsummon, -12 practically kill a player because it's out all cards from the library. Then they shuffle their hand into your library. So you remove their hand and reduce the amount of cards in their library. It's similar to Flip Nicol Bolas's ultimate, which is to exile all the cards from an opponent's library except for the last card in their library, which is different. But Jace is probably better because what if they have no cards in hand? You kill them off. But if they had cards in hand, then they don't anymore. But you give them more turns. That's the thing. Yeah. Probably. Unless if they had only one card. And that would be better than Nicol Bolas's ultimate. Yeah. People were comparing Okko to Jace the Mind Sculptor. Big difference. Okko's much worse than Jace the Mind Sculptor. Worse than Liliana of the Veil. Worse than Ugin. Worse than Garruk Apex Predator. Because, well, yeah. Of course, Okko's not played in Commander, but yeah. You know what I mean. Jace the Mind Sculptor, Liliana of the Veil, Ugin, Ugin as in Ugin Spirit Dragon, and Karn Liberated are still better than Okko. It's just that Okko sits in the number 5 or number 6 spot for best planeswalkers. Yeah. You know, the thing is with Okko is that it's easy to stop in all formats. Okko's just played in all formats, but what they fail to realize is that it's easily counterable. Say in Standard, you've got you've got Sorcerer Spyglass. It stayed after rotations with its reprint in front of Eldraine. Yeah. Because it was going to rotate out in this year's rotations if it weren't for its reprint in front of Eldraine. But and will also stay after next rotations as well. And not just that, but hey, in Pioneer and Modern and Legacy, there's Piffin Needle, which is the same thing as Sorcerer Spyglass, except that it's 1 mana and does not look at the opponent's hand. Yeah. Well, yeah. Pioneer has Piffin Needle, and Modern also has Firestein Revoker, but Firestein Revoker is probably worse than Piffin Needle and Sorcerer Spyglass because it's a creature. It's easily killable. But yeah, you know. So unfortunately, it's the end of the podcast. So yeah, well, let's change the logo to back to normal logo. There you go. That's better. Like it now? Well, congratulations, you've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe if you haven't already? And follow if you haven't already. And if you do, then you can get a pre-release code or a or a Magic Fest code, because you know the promo pack code is currently the top prize for my MTGA tournament. Yeah. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share for friends, follow. Yeah. Like, subscribe, follow, share for friends. Stay tuned to our next videos and streams and podcasts. They'll be live every Tuesday, so remember to stay tuned to them and watch our videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye. And remember the new intro? I mean, not the new intro, the normal intro is back. Because October and Halloween are both over.